Guys, great to be with you on a Tuesday morning. Unfortunately, we are not going to talk about a Jazz win today. No, that's because the Utah Jazz lost last night to my hour, and we, the Chicago Bulls, 114-107. And I think one of the biggest questions coming out of that game is, why did Lauri Markkanen not get more of the basketball in the second half? He had a dominant first half, finishes with 32 points. But my feeling is that Will Hardy is having trouble discerning rotations. He's having trouble separating groups of guys on his bench, on his roster, to create rotations that will allow the Utah Jazz to win the game. And the question of the morning this morning is Will Hardy hurting the Utah Jazz? And I have to say, at this stage, he is, in my opinion, part of the reason that the Jazz are losing games. And I feel like last night, the Utah Jazz had that game for the taking. I will go as far as to say on your home court, Jake, I feel like the Utah Jazz should have won that game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they could have done a much better job of keeping control of the game. I felt like, you were in a position where you could have easily won this game, and whether you're looking at rotations or you're looking at how they go about running offense. Like I just feel like there needs to be more onus and more direction on getting Lauri the ball. Like there were times last night watching that game where I was like, yeah, like what are we doing here? Like I know he played 38 minutes. It's not like he didn't play a lot of minutes last night, but it just seemed like there wasn't an emphasis to feed the guy who had been dominating for you in the first half. And yeah, seeing his ability in person, it confirmed everything I saw on TV, which is, hey, this guy is really athletic for his size. He can get to really advantageous spots on the floor. And if they want to send a double to him, then let's find Malik in the corner. Let's find one of those three-point shooters that we all know and love on this team. So to me, yeah, I think Will Hardy has to, not that he's doing a bad job, because that's not really the conversation. The conversation more just is understanding, all right, hey, the Bulls are, on an 8-0 run here, and we need a bucket. And Lauri's sitting on the bench. Like, let's get him in. Let's get him the ball, and that to me is what you have to do more of. Overall, I thought they played a decent game. Not nearly their best in my opinion. A lot of situational stuff where I felt like they could have done a lot better. Most notably, when you have Andre Drummond just patrolling the paint the way he was last night, you didn't really have an answer for him, and he was eating in the second half, and that to me is where that's one of the first needs I think this team needs, like a big that can battle the heavier guys in the league. Because with all due respect to Walker Kessler, that's just not where he's at in his career, and that doesn't mean he's a bad player. That certainly doesn't mean he's a bad prospect. I love me some Walker Kessler, but when it comes to defending the Andre Drummonds of the world or Steven Adams or Nurkic, those kind of guys, Walker Kessler is not able to do that right now. And I think you need to find someone, whether that's through trade or whatever, who can come in and play that 5 to 7 minute span against a bruiser. And, other than that, I thought they had a pretty nice night last night, but this is definitely a game you should have won.
My issue is that Lauri Markkanen had 24 points at the half and 32 for the game. There was a long stretch. So we went to the game last night. We sat courtside. It was awesome. But in the third quarter, we're saying to ourselves, we're talking about the game, obviously, as we're sitting there and we're like, where's Lauri Markkanen? Like, how has Lauri Markkanen not been a bigger part of the offense here in the second half? And you feel like he's gone these long stretches of just pulling a disappearing act. And I don't think it's Lauri Markkanen's fault. That's the thing that I'm struggling with. I don't feel like, and Jake, again, I don't need to make too much of this, but I look at the numbers last night for Lauri Markkanen, and they were pretty good. 38 minutes, 12 of 18, 7-11 from 3, but he only gets to the free throw line twice. He takes 2 free throws, right? 9 rebounds, a dime. Like, okay, he scored a lot of points, but I don't feel like Will Hardy was of the mindset to run offensive possessions to get Lauri Markkanen a shot. I don't feel like the Utah Jazz were doing everything that they could do to get Lauri Markkanen the ball in his favorite spot where he's going to be able to leverage the Bulls. And I feel like that's a mistake. Lauri Markkanen is by far your best player. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Why are you not featuring him? Why are the Utah Jazz letting all these other guys have shots when Lauri Markkanen was red hot in the first half and can't buy a bucket in the second half? That's the thing that I really struggle with. And you know, Jake, I don't know how you fix that, because I feel like Lauri Markkanen is a guy, he's averaging 22 points, 8 boards, 2 assists per game, but he is this guy that's wildly inconsistent. 25, 13, 24, 15, 32. What are we going to get Wednesday, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Vivint Arena against the Clippers?
Yeah, well, and I think part of the reason that there's a lot of inconsistency there is because there's inconsistency in the system. I mean, you see it on a nightly basis with this team, where there are times where they'll be running their offense and doing what they're supposed to do, and then other times where they won't. And the problem is that Lauri is not an on-the-ball guy, meaning he's not going to just carry the ball up the floor and then look to create for himself. What he needs is a point guard that will initiate the offense, so the ball will find him. And once the ball finds him, he's going to dominate you. And that, to me, you know, is a small sliver where Lauri needs to improve a little bit. I would love to see Lauri Markkanen be more of a killer, more of a demand-the-ball guy. I'd love to see that. I think they need that. But at the same time, the bigger piece of the pie here that we really need to talk about is, yeah, they're just not making an effort. Or I'm not going to say they're not making an effort. They're not making a concerted enough effort to get him the ball. And you know, we're watching this game last night, and it's funny, we're sitting here talking about Lauri like this. The Bulls did the same thing with DeMar, right?
Yeah.
There were long stretches where DeMar DeRozan didn't touch the ball. And what do you know? In those stretches, that's where the Jazz came back and put a 10-0 run on you. Or like, you know, so it's like, it's not hard to see why teams, you know, struggle and then they succeed, and then they struggle and then they succeed. And it's like everyone's sitting here wondering, well, what happened to the team that went 10-3 their first 13? Where did that team go? And I think what you come to understand if you watch this team at all is that consistency is a tough thing to have as a young team.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you came out feeling good. You won a bunch of games early. You probably got a little high on your horse. And then some good teams scouted you and started to understand what you were trying to do. So that's why I say, when the defense has your number, you have to go to your X factor, and that is Lauri Markkanen. There's no reason why Lauri Markkanen should have been under 40 minutes last night. Like, I honest to God feel like, hey, you played him too many minutes in the first half, and then that's why you didn't play him a lot of minutes in the second half. And I'm here to tell you, feed the guy. If the guy's healthy, play the guy. Like, I'm not saying run him down, but last night you should have won this game. And if Lauri had more touches, you probably win the game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think that's the hard part about having a young coach like Will Hardy. And I think when you look at Will, I think they've done a really nice job. I think he's done a really nice job. One of the things that we saw last night was, you know, him talking to Alexander Walker in a very pointed fashion. There was one point where Will Hardy yelled at Alexander Walker and said, "Not good enough." Mm-hmm. Not effing good enough. Like, talking about defense, offense, you know, decision-making, moving off the ball, like, and just giving up easy layups on defense. And what do you know, right away, you know, Alexander Walker turned that around. Immediately was better on defense. Immediately shot a 3 out of the corner. Like, you feel like the guys respond to Will Hardy, but there's some mistakes going on here that I think you have to correct right away, because now you're teetering on being a sub-500 team here. Mm-hmm. The Clippers are coming to town tomorrow, and you are not in a position, or at least I don't think you're in a position at 12-11 where you feel like you should win that game. I think the Clippers are probably a better team than the Utah Jazz are. But you've also now lost 3 games at home. You're 6-3 at home. You don't have an identity. I think your point about the bigs is a really important one, because the Chicago Bulls are not a good team in the paint. Mm-hmm. They are not a team that historically, at least not in the last 2 years, has been able to defend or score at the rim. Mm-hmm. And they dominated in the paint last night. More than 30 buckets in the paint last night.
That's a lot of points.
I mean, it was.
And granted, DeMar's a mid-range player. Like, you've got a lot of guys who are paint players on that team, but it really goes to show the lack of rim protection. And everyone's going to say, oh, well, this is, you know, the trade-off when you trade a guy like Rudy Gobert. And while that might be true, I also don't think that Rudy Gobert is stopping what happened last night, if I'm being honest. Like, he would have helped you. You probably only give up, I don't know, 24.
Bro, did you see what Kristaps Porzingis did against Rudy Gobert last night?
It's not good, and again, that's what I'm saying. Like you Walker Kessler, I want to just get this out of the way right now. Walker Kessler can be a premier big in this league. He has that ability within him, but he's going to have to become something more offensively. And that's where last night the Jazz got in trouble, because their defense wasn't as much of a problem. Are there things they need to work on? Are there areas where they just aren't very good defensively? Yeah, there are. Absolutely. The pick and roll needs a lot of work.
Yes.
I would tell you the matchups that they decide to roll out there need a lot of work. You've got too many guys, Malik Beasley, in company, who just can't play one-on-one defense to a high enough level. But at the same time, you're in these games. Again, what was it? 114-108, I think, was the final score?
114-107.
107. So, you're not getting blown out. You lose by 1 the other night to Phoenix. You're in these games, and I want you guys to recognize that, because what that means is it's the little things that you're missing, like not getting Lauri the ball enough, like Jordan Clarkson taking too many bad shots. Your inability
to defend the other team's best player.
Yeah.
It's becoming a trend now where DeMar DeRozan, Devin Booker, the best player on the other team has a big night.
Fast.
And I think it deflates the I don't know, the want to. It deflates the enthusiasms of your team. And I think there's a lot of growing going on this Utah Jazz team.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, but that growing comes with pains. And again, talking to people around the league, Malik Beasley's one of the most in-demand players in the NBA right now. And we go back to the conversations that we've had. This is why we tell you that the Jazz are going to be very active at the trade deadline.
Sorry, folks, that's what it is.
And no, I do not believe this is tanking. And that's an interesting thing. I'm glad I said that before we get to your comments. Yeah. I'm so tired of every time the Jazz missed a jump shot. Oh, that's because they're tanking. It's not. Oh, Lauri Markkanen farted. Well, that's because they're tanking. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not. And I think if they could win every single game they play, they would. But right now they're in transition. They are in transition. Riley O'Brien says, question for you guys. Sitting as close to the court as you did last night, did you hear any dialogue from the players? I sat courtside once. The dialogue is no different than ours playing pickup. It isn't any different.
No.
Basketball is not a special or unique language. And yeah, you hear guys talking to each other all the time. You hear guys communicating. You hear guys yelling right, left, for screens and picks. You hear them yelling out switches. You hear, one of the things that it just absolutely kills me is the Jazz go under every screen. Mm-hmm. And it's mind-numbing.
But that is a coaching edict. That is Will Hardy telling them to do that. That's not if your team, as a team, if you're going under screens religiously, that's not guys just randomly choosing to do that. You're being coached to do that. And while I understand that on some level, you can't go under a screen and give DeMar DeRozan a wide open look at the elbow. The guy's a premier, mid-range player. So that's why I'm saying, I always like to emphasize this and say this 100 times, because I'm really not here for the 8 o'clock hour guy who comes in and says that we're just hating on the Jazz, right? We're not here for that today. But what we are here for is this team has deficiencies in certain areas, and Will Hardy, much like other players on the floor, has things he needs to work on. And I just think that you have to be better about finding that balance. If you don't want to play Lauri more than 40 minutes, I get it. But if that's the case, you can't play him 30 minutes in the first half or whatever the hell he played last night. You can't play him some ridiculous amount of minutes in the first half. And the only reason I say that is because he played 38 minutes last night and he felt like a ghost in the second half, right? When he was in, he was making shots. So he sat a lot in the second half, in my opinion. So that's what I say. I think rotations, I think little things like going under all the screens, I think some of the combinations I didn't love and I think you were saying this yesterday on the show, the Beasley, THT, Clarkson sort of minutia that gets run out there sometimes, I just don't think is good enough. I think you have to find more balance than that. So that's what I'm saying. The deadline, I still think set winning and losing aside, the deadline's going to be crucial for this team because you do need to add some things here to make your life a little easier. Because the last thing I would say is the Jazz don't have Paul George. They don't have DeMar, right? Lauri is a hell of a player, right? Like, Lauri is a great player. He is not DeMar DeRozan. He is not Kawhi Leonard or Paul George.
They don't have a knockdown scorer. They don't have a guy where you can say, hey, man, we're down 1. Go get me a bucket.
And it's just known across the team. Hey, we're here. Okay, DeMar's got the ball, right?
And it is. And I know people hate when I say this. As many three-pointers as that are put up every night in the NBA, this is a mid-range game. This is a mid-range league. If you look at Kevin Durant last night, dominating from the mid-range. They lose Ben Simmons. Kevin Durant's dominating from the mid-range, right? Kyrie Irving last night, not that I guess anybody cares about his opinion anymore, but Kyrie Irving last night sits up there talking about how it was a virtuoso performance. And it's an honor to watch Kevin Durant. Like, that's what you're getting. You're getting Devin Booker last night scoring 44 points, and I think he was 1 of 7 from 3 or something stupid because he's getting to the free throw line because he plays in the mid-range. Like, the best players in the world play in the mid-range.
I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am.
And they shoot threes, right? Kevin Durant last night was unbelievable.
Yeah.
My point is the Jazz don't have that guy. Watching Jordan Clarkson night in and night out, you quickly realize he gets into the paint and all of a sudden he's lost. Like, there's a lot of possessions where Jordan just gets into the paint and he's like, okay, now what? Right? And you just don't understand it because he's not a great mid-range player, but man, he's comfortable shooting threes. Like, the hard part about all the changes we saw is that you traded the guy that you're missing so much right now in Donovan Mitchell. You're missing that guy. And if I said to 9 out of 10 Jazz fans, would you rather have Lauri Markkanen or would you rather have Donovan Mitchell? I think out of spite, some would say Lauri Markkanen.
Hell out of here with that.
I'm telling you right now, it's Donovan Mitchell. That's the guy this team's missing. And yeah, you wouldn't have Colin Sexton, and I totally understand that. That was a good trade. I understand why the Jazz did it. But my point is, Donnie's the skill set you're missing right now. The guy that can score from 3, the guy that can score from 2, the guy that'll throw down on you. That's what this team doesn't have right now.
Yeah.
And as well as Malik Beasley's shooting it, he can't create for himself. He needs team ball. He needs ball movement to get him an open look. You look at the way the Pacers hit that game-winning shot on the Lakers last night. At the end of the day, it was a really good skip pass that got that three-point look, right? Like, that's what Beasley needs. So you don't have all of this to say you don't have the leadership in the head coach yet. I think you don't have the alpha dominating player on the floor yet. And so that's why you're losing games the way they're losing games. Yeah. They can't finish. And that's the biggest problem right now. Barfing Chickens, good morning to you. Rec 1, how the heck are you? JP Shanahan, how the heck are you? He says, I can understand that. Okay. Jesse Harsh says, give him time, my boy. Will is going to figure it out. He will. Absolutely, he will. So, you know, I think they'll be fine. Q Sam, how the heck are you? Requin says, who saw the sequence with Gobert on the floor and Draymond Green laughing at him? It was terrible to see Cat and Gobert moving together in the paint going nowhere. It's awkward. Well, and now you're going to find out what Rudy Gobert is to Minnesota because Karl Anthony Towns, they say he did not injure the Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
He had a sniper incident last night.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden he just grabbed at the back of his leg. They say it is a calf strain, which is code word for potentially tore his Achilles. They say he didn't.
That's it, Skippy.
But this is the Kevin Durant injury. Hey, yeah, I got a calf strain. Oh, it's not his Achilles. And then the guy comes out, plays a quarter of scintillating basketball, and tears his Achilles.
Fucking A.
Yeah, it's brutal. It is absolutely brutal.
Okay, what are we doing on the show today? Let's reset the Amazon gift card giveaway.
Okay. Wow. Okay. We're going to.
We got to do that. We got to do that. We got to let the people know.
You know. Okay, that's fine. It is National Day of Giving.
Yeah.
Right? So every hour we're going to give away a $100 Amazon gift card here on the show. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is tweet a photo at us, a picture of you, I think right now, this hour at 6:26, I think right now our guy Gage Carter with the fedora is leading.
I think so.
Gage is rocking the peace sign. He threw up the deuces.
Yeah, deuces.
And he's got the fedora on. Although I see Neville 93 with the snow picture. Got to have respect for that.
Yep.
Riley O'Brien with the screen grab and the call out to watch the show. Got to respect that.
Got to respect that,
Right? Look at Mark Hale's the latest one in with a laptop of the show going on in the background. Ooh,
he's already dressed. Look at my guy already in tie and everything. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He's
if
prepared.
You follow us on Twitter, The Monty Show, Monty, The Monty Show. And all you have to do is tweet a photo. And if you tweet one photo at us, you're entered to win.
Yeah.
Okay? Every hour, we're going to pick one picture off of Twitter, and we're going to give somebody a $100 Amazon gift card.
That's right, T.
It's that simple because it's a National Day of Giving.
Yeah.
It is
you
that simple.
watch the show, you contribute to the show, and we contribute back.
But I will, I'll put some of these up. I'll save them, and we'll, I'll try to show some.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are doing a great job so far already. I mean, it's tightly contested, So
yeah, I think Gage has a slight lead over Hales.
I think it's
right
the
now.
fedora. I think it's the fedora. That's
It
the
is
thing.
the fedora.
Like you're rocking the fedora. You got the deuces up. Like, I mean, that was just a good, good picture there.
See, and it's not complicated.
Yeah.
This is not complicated, right?
Yeah.
There's Gage Carter right there with his fedora.
Now, I need to ask the crowd what they think because I want your opinion, all right? How much credit does Neville get for being outside in the snow? Because I do think that there's a question around that.
Let's get the
Yeah.
oh, hey, there's Maury Alvarez. Saw him.
Yeah.
Where's my guy Neville? Neville
There he
right
is,
there.
right
There's
there.
Neville.
Yeah.
Let me save that image.
Yeah.
So that I can bring it up.
Yeah.
Neville should get some credit for being outside in the snow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he went outside. He sacrificed his body, laid it all on the line.
Sacrificed his body.
Yeah, much like Caruso last night. Like,
yeah.
come
How about
on.
my guy diving at midcourt?
Yeah.
And how about everybody tweeting junk at me about Caruso? There's Neville. What's up, Neville, in the snow?
See? Neville's in the snow, man.
Good to see you, my
Yeah.
guy. Good to see you, Neville. Hope the family's well. So we got some competition. So are you saying that right now you would put Gage or Neville in the lead?
Gage. I think Gage is in the lead.
Gage is in the lead with
Neville's
the fedora.
a second.
But it's not hard to knock Gage off, though, with a snow pick.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, oh, look at that. Look at my guy, Eric. Eric in Raleigh with a picture of him and his mom at basic training.
Super cool.
Graduation from the Air Force in 1998. Gotta love that. So all you have to do, again, it's a National Day of Giving, and we're giving back. You guys have given us so much that we are giving back. And we told you we were going to do this. We really want to give back to our listeners, and we have been able to help a lot of people, whether it be food or gifts or help with Christmas or whatever. But we really wanted to just take a day where we give away straight cash to you, because who doesn't use Amazon, right? Like everybody uses Amazon.
Yeah, we
everybody
all
does.
use the Jeff Bezos machine. We all do.
Yeah, I agree. So just tweet us a picture. Troy Cushing says, "Morning, Monty and Jake. When do you think Danny will make moves for the future? End of trade deadline, end of 2022. Like I think that you're going to see they're going to be busy at the trade deadline, because you can get somebody that's over a barrel, and you can make a deal that they probably wouldn't make if they feel like they're a playoff team, or if they feel like they're a Malik Beasley away from winning the Eastern Conference, or whatever that might be. You're going to get an extra draft pick maybe that you wouldn't get from them normally. So I think they'll be busy at the trade deadline. And again, I just would not be emotionally attached to guys like Jordan Clarkson, because I think it's going to be they will trade Jordan Clarkson.
You are what you are.
I think Beasley and Clarkson are two very hot commodities.
Yeah.
That's
Totally
just my
agree.
opinion. RRR, okay, says JC was so comfortable shooting threes, he shot 8 with 12.5%. Beasley and JC not shooting that well in the last 2 games. They're not.
Yeah, well, and I think the thing is like, to a certain extent, like Jordan Clarkson has more skill overall than Beasley does. Like Jordan Clarkson can score off the dribble. Jordan Clarkson's got a finishing package. Like Jordan Clarkson is just a bucket getter.
Finishing package.
Yeah, he's a bucket getter.
This
Beasley,
is a family show.
right. Right. I know it's a family show and everything, but But the point is that Malik Beasley is a 3-point shooter and not much else right now. And I love the guy. I love the guy's game. He can make it with the best of them, but you can't have multiple of that guy. Like, you have to have, one guy who's your 3-point shooter, another guy who's your one-on-one scorer. Like, you got to have more, like, different roles. And I feel like Beasley and Clarkson kind of trend in the same role.
I think that's interesting. I think that there is some credence to that. I do. I think, obviously, I'm going to tell you that Jordan's far more dynamic because he's got a finishing package.
Right. Yeah.
But that's fine. That's fine. Mike Maple says, good morning, friends. Time to head out and shovel. Be well. And by the way, one of the things that happens every year when the first snow comes in, somebody dies of a heart attack shoveling snow. I'm not even joking. Please be careful shoveling snow. Back injuries and heart attacks shoveling snow.
Take your time.
Be cool. NY Monty fan says, Troy Cushing, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well.
Yeah, that's true. Welcome back.
Indeed. NY Monty fan says, mind the back, Mike Maples. Absolutely. Yes. Eric and Raleigh says, Cat also had a knee hit in the Warrior game on Sunday to that right leg. He likely strained and compensating for that. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. Those calf injuries are not fun. They're long lasting. They're tough to get over. Gage Carter says, love y'all. Appreciate you, Gage. Mike Maple says, always MI Monty fan. Nice. Sean Carden says, the Jazz will not win if they keep committing costly and timely turnovers and allow other teams to snag up pivotal offensive rebounds. Well,
completely agree.
Again, 64 points in the paint last night for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. If you're just tuning in, Jake said earlier that Andre Drummond dominated.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing why Azubuike's not an NBA talent, because he's not athletic enough and he just does not have a finishing package.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a package for finishers.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a child. But listen, I think Azubuike's just not an NBA talent. He is a 4A player. He's between the G League and the NBA, and that's a terrible place to be.
Wait, why did he get minutes last night? Because I think this is important. Like, Will Hardy was searching for a more physical big to run at Andre Drummond, and the problem is that Azubuike, like, the guy has an NBA body, in my opinion. If mentally he was super sharp and was always making the right play, he'd be fine. Like, he'd be absolutely fine. But when you come into the game and literally 30 seconds into your run, you're off the ground and following DeMar DeRozan, like, it's a bad look. And that's why I say, like, guys like Azubuike, you got to move on from. It's just time.
It is time. And I think it's very interesting that you have guys that are just not good enough. Like Ochai Agbaji is another guy that I'm really interested to see what his ceiling is. But I know what Azubuike is as a player, and it's not in the NBA.
Yeah.
It's not. And I thought Billy Donovan, for all of that guy's warts on his face as a coach, Billy Donovan was really smart not to use, Jones Jr. last night and to use Andre Drummond, because I also think there's a larger conversation about Jared Vanderbilt that needs to be had now. Like, I think you're starting to see just how limited he is. He can make a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
And he can dunk a basketball. And that's about it. Defensively, I also think if you're physical with him in the pick and roll, he gets completely washed out of the play altogether.
Totally.
And so I think there's a lot
of teams are using that, by the way. I mean, you saw the Warriors do it, the Suns did it, the Bulls definitely did it. Like, teams are attacking Vando and Beasley when they're on the floor together.
Totally. Absolutely. And I think it's one of those things where you have to somehow, some way, you have got to figure out how to get your highest, best use out of these dudes. And I don't know if I said to you right now, what is Vando's highest, best use? He is a guy that you can stand in the corner on offense.
If you develop him to the absolute best he could possibly be in his career, I think the perfect world is a Draymond Green but taller, offensively speaking. I think he could be that. That's where I think he could get. Now, I will say that I think Jared Vanderbilt has more athleticism than Draymond has in his body.
Okay.
And I think that offensively you can develop him. And again, it's a it's a willingness thing. Like, I'm not questioning Vando's want to.
No.
But the fact is, in the offseason, I damn well better see you in a gym. I better see you working with a Brickley-level trainer, Brickley, Alexander, whoever you want to point to. I better see Jared Vanderbilt working on that jump shot. Like, it needs to happen. And again, that's what you have to keep in mind here. It's okay right now that Jared Vanderbilt is incompetent on offense. It's okay.
It is. It is.
Next year, not going to be okay. And that's why I'm saying, like, these guys need to, over the summer, take that next step. I would love to see I don't know how many attempts he's getting from 3 a game right now. It's probably 2 or 3.
1 to 2, yeah.
You're getting a couple of those looks a game. Let's see you push that to 4 or 5 and make 2 of those, right? Like, that's growth. That's how long it takes to get better in the NBA. So I'm saying Vando is a guy I want on my team, as long as he's willing to improve his offensive game.
Yep, totally agree. All of our Jazz talk here on the show is presented by TryDayTrading.com. TryDayTrading.com/Monty. Do you know what day trading is? Day trading is a quick in and out in the stock market, and it's a way for you to take your side hustle into your full-time gig. It's a way for you to stop hating your job and start living that prosperous life that you've always wanted. And all I'm asking you to do right now is go to TryDayTrading.com/Monty and watch the free webinar. That's all you have to do. TryDayTrading.com/Monty. It takes 3 minutes. Watch the webinar and make a decision, because, again, I will just say to you, if I said, hey, for the rest of this week, you can make $1,000 a day, $4,000 in income the rest of the week, would that be exciting to you? Would that be more money than you're making right now? Would that be a good side hustle for you? Because every single day, there are people day trading that have gone through the Try-Day Trading program that are making $1,000 a day. There are people who are also making hundreds of dollars a day. It's all about where you put it in your schedule and what you need to get out of your side hustle. And do you hate your boss enough? Do you hate this commute in the morning snow here in Salt Lake City enough to say, you know what, I wish I could work at home? Well, you can. And all you have to do is go watch the free webinar at TryDayTrading.com/Monty. It really is that simple. And again, if you don't want to take my word for it, how about you take the word of world-famous superstar Alema Harrington?
Alema Harrington here. I've been in the broadcast business going on 30 years now. And after that amount of time, you start to be able to pick some winners. I want to share a winner that I'm aware of with you, and that is my guys at Try-Day Trading. They're going to teach you how to trade, and then they're going to let you trade using their money and then split the profits with you. That's a pretty winning deal. If you want to register for a free webinar, all you have to do is go to TryDayTrading.com/Monty. So for more information, it's TryDayTrading.com/Monty. We'll see you there.
There you go, Alema Harrington. Don't take my word for it. Take Alema's word, or actually just get into action. Let's stop complaining and being negative about our situations and do something proactive and positive. TryDayTrading.com/Monty. I'm telling you, it can change your life. It can absolutely change your life. And again, the best part is you don't start trading with your money. You start trading with their money, and if you make money, you get 50% of the profit. All right. Talking Jazz now. Also, you guys are doing a great job with submissions. We've got 20 minutes left in the first hour.
That's right, T.
Okay, so every hour, if you're just tuning into the show, and I see a bunch of new people on the show, every hour we are going to give away a $100 Amazon gift card as I try to upload more pictures. So let's show you some of the folks that have submitted. Jesse Harsh. Look at that.
Look
Jesse,
at that blue turf.
Yeah, the blue turf,
The blue
Smurf turf
turf
up in Boise.
Yeah.
Jesse, good to see you. Jesse won our trip to Las Vegas.
I love that show.
I love that show. To go see BYU and Notre Dame. Hey, how about that? Look at our guy out there working, Steven Lopez. Notice what's on the phone.
Again,
Notice what's on the phone.
This is a prototypical example of what we're looking for here. We're on the phone. He's outside. He's already working. Like, amazing work, dude.
On location in Shreveport, Louisiana, saying, I've got to get my sports fix in. Let's go.
Let's go.
How about that? Love that you guys watch on the phones. We appreciate that. How about our guy, Rec One? Look at
what's
Rec
up,
One
buddy?
with the selfie outside. Rec One, good to see you. He said, I'm really trying. I don't know how to tweet. Well, you did a great job. And you tweeted. And then there's Brandon Whitesides, who says, went to the Stars game last night. Yeah, no Scoot Henderson last night.
Yeah.
But look at that. He stopped by the crib and took a picture of the studio.
There you go.
And he sent it to us. Appreciate that very much. You guys are doing a great job. If you had to pick, who's your leader right now with 19 minutes to go in the first hour?
I mean, I really like this one from Louisiana. I have to tell you. I think that's Steven, right?
Steve Lopez.
I like that. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have to say, I think, was it Mark Hayo's in twice now with his dog and everything or whatever?
Yes.
I mean, you guys can enter, as much as you want. You can send pictures in, but you get points for creativity. You get points for, having some fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, entertaining the people here.
There's something about that Lopez picture.
Yeah,
that you're looking at
about it.
It's like a built Ford Tough commercial.
He's wearing the hard hat,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Where's Hale and his dog? I'm uploading Hale and his dog right now.
Yeah.
There's Hale and his dog. And he says, if not for me, do it for my dog. I think it's awesome. I will agree with 18 minutes to go. It's close.
Yeah.
I still think Steve Lopez and Gage are the fedora.
The fedora's next level, man.
The fedora.
It's
close.
I know.
Lopez.
What do you guys
Carter?
think? Let's get a vote in the.
Lopez.
Can you do a poll?
Or Carter?
Yeah. Can we do a quick little poll here?
We can. All right. What do you guys think? Let's see. Monty in the morning. Connor Tulin says, "Good to see you. What's up?"
What's up?
M. Alvarez says, "Come on, guys. Let's smash that like button. Only 15 likes so far.
Hey,
Is that right?
Come on.
Is that right? Only 15 likes so far. Okay. We see how it's going to be today.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's fine. We appreciate you guys. Give us a like. That really helps the show grow. Brett Robbins says Lopez is the winner, is the leader right now. Okay.
Is that what we're thinking? That Steve Lopez is the leader?
Is the leader right now. I think that could be right. Skeet says you're high. Okay. I mean, Derek says Azubuike doesn't have a free throw package either.
Oh
no,
my
he does
God,
not.
dude! It's
no.
This
He
man
does
was
not.
a bona fide scrub.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not good, dude.
Let's see. The Blood of DePanta says salute to the chat and the host. You want to do a coach trade? Tibbs for Hardy? No,
nah,
thanks.
I'm fine.
No,
nah.
as a Bulls fan, I've been through the Tibbs experiment.
Donnie,
Tom Thibodeau, the head coach of the Knicks. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. What about Billy Donovan versus Will Hardy? Because Billy Donovan drives me crazy with his rotations.
Yes.
I cannot.
He cost them wins.
Billy, and listen, I know that Billy Donovan was a hot prospect as an NBA coach coming out of Florida.
He's not a bad coach. He's just not a great coach. Yeah.
As a Bulls fan, the guy drives me crazy. Absolutely. He drives me crazy. Giggity, what's up? Morning, guys. The last time you let listeners choose a winner, we chose Growcock. Don't think we have the best judgment.
Well, that's an excellent point. That is an excellent point.
Salty Drunk says, does Lopez have Jake's old school spectacles on?
Wow, that's an old school reference, bro.
That is.
The OGs. Only the OGs know about that.
Jake used to wear like black Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
And then he got smart and grew up, and now he wears contacts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Lopez is in the lead. That is I don't know why I want to keep saying built Ford tough, but that's what that looks like to me.
Because what it is the hard hat combined with the glasses, combined with the patches on the shirt. With you know what I mean? Like, dude just looks prepared, and clearly he's standing right inside the door of his truck here.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. By the way, the background on our show is fire. Look how clearly you can see that background on his phone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
I absolutely love it.
Yep.
All right. As we are 15 minutes away. So again, all you have to do is tweet us photos to the Monty Show, MONTY, the Monty Show. Now Mark Hales is tweeting pictures of himself wearing You're a Casual shirt for
now
Halloween.
He's coming through. People starting to get it now. People are starting to get it. The contest is heating up now.
Yeah, and listen.
He deserves credit because he spent the money on the merch, right?
He did.
He's wearing the merch out in the world. See, Jesse Harsh out in the world in the snow. See, you got to give him credit.
I'm just looking at some of these pictures. So all you have to do, here are the rules. It's really simple.
Yeah.
It's really, really simple. Does Gage Carter sell
goodness,
cars?
Dude, he took, you got to upload these three. See, now we got to give play-by-play. Now the competition's getting hot. It's getting hot.
Why?
Because there's people are starting to understand. Hey, if I'm out in the world and I take a picture, that's going to get me a little more credit. They see what Lopez did, and now they're trying to, run him down here. They're trying to chase him.
So I'm uploading Gage 2. Mm-hmm. Right. So here is Gage 2. Do you sell Kia's Gage?
See, better look. So you have his first one, right?
I do.
So you have his first one. This was the first entry here, right?
Right
so
there.
he's in the car. Now you're going to come down to the second one. Now he's on the lot. So
now he's on the lot. And I have some appreciation for that.
Yeah.
Right. But then I also have some appreciation for the other guys. Like I look at Hale, and he's tweeting us a picture of himself in one of our T-shirts.
Yeah, see that?
He dressed up as a casual.
Yes.
But then there's Jesse Harsh, who also tweets us a picture outside.
The face he's making is so perfect because it definitely is cold out today.
But he's got the Christmas lights going on. He's got the construction vest going on.
Yes. That's a good entry, man.
That is a very good entry.
Man, this is getting tough now.
I still think Lopez is in the lead.
You like Lopez?
It's close, though.
Yeah.
I love that Gage Carter came back in.
Yeah.
He came back in. He sells cars.
Yeah.
Like I've got some.
Gage, where do you? Can you say where you sell cars?
I think he's in the South somewhere. Atlanta, maybe. I can't remember. His dad. He's from here. His dad lives here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
okay.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's I don't. This picture right here, the whole motif.
This has some drip, dude. This has some drip right here.
This
dude.
does. Jesse Harsh.
Yes.
This has some drip.
Yes.
I would agree with that. But I still think Built Ford Tough is in the lead.
Built Ford Tough.
I think it is. Built Ford Tough is in the lead. Steven Lopez, I think, is in the lead for hour number one. Okay. Gage Carter says at Kia of Greer in Greer, South Carolina.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Love
there you
that.
Go.
Riley O'Brien says, damn, how do we have so many listeners out and about with blue skies already? The Monty Show is global, I'm telling you.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's why we like to do this, because I don't think we all realize like how many people are listening from different parts of the world.
Oh, okay. Riley O'Brien. Mark knows what the hail is going on.
So see what he did there? He like Hale is his last name, and you know what the hell is going on, but he used Hale instead.
But Riley O'Brien also says Jake is trying to gauge the competition. Gage Carter, gauge.
See what he's doing there?
Gauge the competition.
Yeah, see what he's doing there?
You know, like.
Hey, by the way, Salty Drunk, I expect a picture of Forex Gold if you're going to enter the contest here.
Yeah, at least if you're not going to send us a photo of yourself. Oh, look at Mike Maples. Look at Maples,
my guy.
coming in.
Okay.
I love it. Okay. Now the competition is really heating up.
Okay, now we're getting into it. Okay.
It is.
I got it. Okay.
I like that one a lot. BB. Oh, look at BB coming in.
Let's go.
Gotta like that.
Let's go.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, competition is getting stiff. There's some. Elise Johnson is signed with the San Antonio Spurs. Okay, we're saying.
Okay, neat. All right.
Anytime I see a Woj bomb, I stop.
Right.
I mean, any time. Oh, look at Justin Salas.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. Oh, boys, I'm telling you now.
This next wave of photos is going to be good.
This is really heating up, and maybe this is what we'll do for Football 50 every hour today.
Yeah, let me get the music going here.
You know, because Football 50 presented by Papa Murphy's Pizza. Use the promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase of $25 or more, as we are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card 3 times today. So $300 to Amazon once per hour. There's BB. I mean, you got to like that. He's got a shot of himself in the office.
And the facial expression is excellent. Well done.
You got to like that.
Really well done.
And then there is Mike Maples, who is, and see, this is, the local flavor makes a big difference. Because Maples, now granted, he's wearing, I believe that's a Bosa jersey, which I think, and I read the small print, but I believe the Niner Bosa jersey is an automatic disqualification.
I believe so, but
I think that could be. And by the way, look at our guy Justin Salas. Are you kidding me?
Bam.
With the baby and the You're a Casual shirt. I mean, the only thing here is he's got a neck beard, which you are actually known for.
Yeah, he gets a lot of credit for taking a picture with his kid in it. Like, do you know how clutch this is right here?
That is clutch.
The baby is passed out. And he's still finding a way to make the flash work and get a selfie in.
With the You're a Casual shirt
I mean, that's just incredible.
Now, Solace or Built Ford Tough?
Damn.
I'm telling
close,
you.
Dude.
It is close.
But Jesse, yeah, come on.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
I think in order, I'd probably go baby picture first, then I'd go Built
So you
Ford
put
Tough.
Solace in the lead.
Because, dude, his kid is sleeping right
You
there. He
put
had to be
Solace in the
covert.
lead.
He had to be covert. He had to execute on the game plan. He had to be prepared. He had to make sure that the phone was charged up this morning and ready to go.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, look, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, where you come down on this?
8 minutes. Get your votes in. I'm in. I think I'm on Built Ford Tough, man. I think I'm on Built
It's a
Ford
great
Tough.
picture, dude. I mean,
it is a really good
phenomenal picture.
And you know what it is? It's the stone face look.
Yeah.
It's the stone face. I'm out here working, and I've got you on my phone.
Yeah.
I think Built Ford Tough is in the lead.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Football 50, 10 of the hour, every hour. We'll announce the winner coming up here in about 7 minutes. Stick around for that. A couple of football stories I do want to get to. By the way, we're about 12 hours away from the college football playoff rankings coming out.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, I still maintain USC belongs in the top 4.
Yeah.
I think it's Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC.
Yeah, I think this conversation around the Georgia LSU game is really, really interesting to me. Like, I think the bigger picture conversation around whether this year a 3-loss LSU team would be able to get in is fascinating because it changes, like it makes you think about, well, what are they prioritizing in these meetings about like winning and what you need to do to get in? Because if a 3-loss team gets in, that sends a clear message that it doesn't matter if you're Georgia and you've been number 1 all year, right? We're prioritizing winning conferences. So we don't really care about who the best team is. We care about who won the conference. And that's if you put LSU in, assuming they win the SEC championship game. But to me, in the current setup, I have to agree. Georgia's got to be in there, and LSU has no business, even if they win the SEC championship game, of being in the college football playoff.
Can't do it. Riley O'Brien gives us a $5 tip and says, on a real note, it's awesome seeing Jake and Tim extra fired up because they're giving away goods to listeners. You guys are on point, heart and mind. I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
Neville93 says Lopez. Brett Robbins says Lopez still the winner. Stop trying to entice weak entrants. Wow. Riley O'Brien says Lopez winner hour number 1.
Okay.
So I like
seems
that.
like Built Ford Tough is,
But Chris Karn in with a late entry on the driveway.
Okay. See? Got the shovel out.
And there's something about the chrome dome.
Yeah.
And the shovel.
And the look, the facial expression.
The stoic look.
Yeah.
But and you have time to swoop in with 4 minutes. I'm telling you, Built Ford Tough is where it's at.
Yeah. And
That's
this
gonna
is
be
just
tough
hour
to
number
win.
1 Again, you've got 2 more opportunities.
Yeah, you got 2 more hours to go.
Yeah.
Salty Drunk says, give it to Jake's bro.
I'm not sure who my bro is.
Who's your bro?
I'm not sure.
Who's your bro? The other football story today that I think is really interesting is Deshaun Watson, activated by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Here on Football 50, presented by Papa Murphy's Pizza. I don't know how, if you're the NFL, you allow this guy to play this year. And I feel like we say this all the time. And now it's not just the NFL anymore. Like, it's all the stuff that's gone on in the NBA, the punching of the face, the Kyrie stuff, the
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball. I mean, there's just all this stuff going on, and yet Deshaun Watson is back on the field. And it's remarkable to me. He will play in what I think was a scripted result. His first game will be in Houston against the Texans.
Yeah.
His former team. I don't think that's accidental. You can't tell me it's a coincidence. Should Deshaun Watson be on the field for the Browns?
I don't think so. I think it should have been a year, like a full season, if you will. And I don't know. I just don't like how they've handled this. I wish that there wasn't so much desperation to make sure that you followed, the collective bargaining agreement to every, dotted I and crossed T. Like, I wish that you would have a feel for real world scenarios and real world perspective, which is, hey, this guy clearly had a thing for flying masseuses into a hotel room and doing things that they didn't want to do. And he did it repeatedly. And for that, he should miss a season. He should. This isn't one time or even 5 times. It's 30 times on record and probably much more than that off record. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just isn't even to me, it's not even a conversation that the penalty should have been more robust. It should have been bigger, but it's not. And now you're going to have a bunch of people who are really excited about him being in a Browns uniform. And that's fine, I guess, but I just feel like it's another thing on the NFL's face, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Football 50, 10 to the hour, every hour. On the Monty Show, presented by our good friends at Papa Murphy's Pizza. Make sure you use the promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase of $25 or more at Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, carefully knead dough. Step 2, artfully spread sauce. Step 3, add fresh mozzarella and assemble toppings. Step 4, realize we already did all that for you, so all you have to do is bake it. For a limited time only, get the Hog Heaven Pizza with Canadian bacon, ground sausage, and crispy bacon. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
There you go, Papa Murphy's Pizza. Use the promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase of $25 or more at Papa Murphy's Pizza. Late entrance was an early entrance. Here's M. Alvarez sending us a picture from Florida.
Yeah.
My guy. I mean, listen. I know it's the National Day of Giving and you want to give us all sunshine. But how jelly are we of that picture right now?
It appears to have stopped snowing.
I mean, look how clear. Look, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that the hurricanes
And he's got like a perfectly groomed backyard.
Hurricanes or snow?
Snow all day.
Snow all day.
Snow all day, dude.
Snow all day. You know. Grocock's brother is in.
What?
Hey, I hear there's a giveaway. Exactly. Brett Robbins says, grab your triple pineapple thin crust, boys.
Yes,
exactly right.
Man, I would love some pizza.
Exactly
dude.
right. Okay, now
here we go.
For the win.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick it or should we rock, paper, scissors for it? You ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. I knew that's what you were going to do. Yeah, that was,
I
knew that was happening.
Stop. I don't think I think it's my vote is for Built Ford Tough.
Yeah, we can go Built Ford Tough.
I think
like that.
Stephen Lopez
Dilly
is our
dilly.
winner. Dilly dilly, baby. That's right. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Stephen Lopez is our winner for hour number 1. We are giving away a $100 Amazon gift card. Stephen Lopez watching on his phone while he works on remote. That's our guy for hour number 1. Stephen Lopez, thanks for listening to the show, man. We appreciate you.
Yes.
We appreciate that you're working, that you're
Yes.
you're doing what you need to do to take care of your family. And we're going to give you a $100 Amazon gift card just because you listen to the show.